Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to be showing off pretty much it's my beginner's build, sorry. Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to be showing off my beginner's build for the Corinth. Now this weapon, I enjoy it quite a lot, it's very fun. I do like its alt fire, which is, this little blast it does. It's very fun. Again, to use it you need a little bit of skill, you kind of need to know exactly what distance it explodes at, because if you saying if you fire up here, it's obviously going to explode as I showed before. But if you fire it here, it just does nothing. It just evaporates and doesn't do any damage. So you have to fire in a certain different distance, and every single time you fire in this distance, it's just going to explode. It will never change. The distance it explodes, it's just always going to be here. But if you fire, as I said before, nothing happens. So you kind of need to be more skilled when you use this weapon. But I still kind of like it. It's fun. It's a weapon where, like, you need to move a lot because, so you can get close up to enemies, pull back, because the shotgun does normally do that, but for this weapon specifically you kind of need to do that because you need to either move back so you can fire your alt fire and then get closer when you fire your primary fire. So it's a good weapon. I enjoy it. It's very fun, and I'm showing off my beginner's build for it. I was planning to show off my other build I'm working on, but this one's a little more harder, and I haven't really finished it. This is pretty much the start of it. Again, I'll probably perform this like twice or maybe 3 times. Yeah, maybe twice. Yeah, maybe twice to get because I want to put what was it? I want to put corrosive on here, which you need like shell shock and contour spread. So I want to put these two there to make corrosive. But again, obviously I don't have the capacity to do it, so I might have to form this twice to actually get it. So yeah, or maybe even 3 times. Yeah, looking at that, yeah, maybe about 3 times. So to get that, it's gonna be a bit. So I'm just gonna show off my main build. This build I've had for a while. As you can see, it's pretty basic. There's not really that much on it. The only complicated mod here is Hell's Chamber. It's the only mod where it's kind of hard to get. Most of the ones are pretty basic ones, like Point Blank, Charge Shell, again, I'm really bad with names, so it's kind of spread. You can see it, I'm just really bad with names, so I apologize about that. Blaze, Chilling Reload, what kind of stuff, all very simple basic mods you get pretty early in the game. Everything else though, yeah, pretty much Hell Chamber is the only one that isn't really is a hard one. So yeah, it's a pretty basic build. And let's actually get into it and let's show you what I've actually increased. You can see this build. This is more of a status build. Yeah, it's pretty much just a status build with a bit of like increase the reload and speed. You can see I have increased critical chance or multiplier at all. Another thing I have increased on the buckshot is the fire rate, which is now about 1.87, which is still pretty high. I can increase it if I want to, but again, no capacity, so I can't really do that much. Magazine hasn't been changed. Noise is still the same. Reload. Reload's been decreased quite a lot. Also, sorry, tactical. Before I'm talking about shotguns, but I haven't done that much. Sorry, wrong one. This is towards the tactical pump. I could probably increase or decrease the reload a lot more if I upgrade tactical pump more. But yeah, it's doable. There's another build I have for this one. The reload speed is a lot faster. You can see right there. It's very fast on my second one. Oh, wrong one. Upgrade. But when compared to this one, it's still pretty doable. I was far off a couple. You can see it's doable. It's not really that bad. It's slower, but you can see that it is slower, but it's doable for me. I don't really mind. The reload speed's pretty low, so you can do what you want. You could decrease, or decrease. You can probably take away the shotgun spaz and make this full if you want, but then you won't have a gap here. And then you can probably form it once and add something here if you still want to. I will also increase the status chance because, as I said before, this is a status weapon or status build specifically. So increasing status chance is very important, so that you're going to be able to do more. I'm pretty sure how to increase that. I increased that with Hell's Chamber, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there really is that many mods on. Yeah, I don't think there's really that many mods on shotguns that increase status. There's a couple, but the ones I have, the ones I have don't increase status at all, barely. From what I've seen. So if you do have status increasing mods. You can probably switch it out with shotgun spaz. If you so want to, you don't have to. This is, in my opinion, this is a pretty good build. I like the way it is now, but you could do that if you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. The damages I have were in pretty high numbers. Blast is 3,565. Slash has been in the extreme numbers. This is because Hell's Chamber and Point Blank added together. Then we got Corrosive, which is also really high because these two right here. They're the highest electricity and corrosive. Toxic mods you can add on. So it's obviously going to be pretty high for Corrosive. Impact's also really high, and Puncture is also extremely high. And yeah, this weapon is just as you can see, it's shotgun. It's obviously going to have massive amounts of damage. And also it has like five in the magazine, so the shot's obviously going to do a lot more damage compared to other weapons. But yeah, there's a lot of damage to this weapon. And then got the air burst, which have only increased fire rate for this. Related speed status, again all the same. Damage has also been increased, but again it only has impact on this, so not that much. But there's still corrosive on this, and there's blast. I'm pretty sure the reason there's more blast is because this weapon naturally comes with blast. Yeah, you can see right there. And that's added on to the blast that's been added on. And yeah. Oh, also one thing I have noticed between these two builds I've been using this build, the buckshot does quite a lot of damage, and the airburst does nothing. It literally does no damage. There's very small amounts of damage. Well, this one, the airburst does quite a lot of damage, and actually is viable for doing damage. But what I found for this, the airburst is only use for this build is just knock over enemies. It pretty much does no damage. All the damage is going to go into the buckshot. So just letting you know that as well when you're using this weapon. This build specifically, very good for the airburst, does quite a lot of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's actually get in it and test the build. Okay, so we're just going to run over here. I'm just going to quick fire. So you can see the buckshot is does quite a lot of damage. It's pretty good on the damage wise. If you get a lot of headshots in, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing really much to talk about. It's aim for the head. It does quite a lot of damage. A lot of the hits are in the yellow. Again, not as much compared to my crit build, obviously, because that one's gonna have like a lot of yellow in it. But it still kills pretty quickly. It's pretty good. Again, always aim for the head most of the time because that's where you do the most damage. And yeah, it's pretty good. I quite like this weapon. It's very fun, and I kind of it's like the style of the weapon. It's very fun. And yes, so again, let's test out the explosive air burst. Okay, reload. As you can see, it is doing damage. Not as much as it was doing before. I remember it. I was firing it before, and it killed them pretty quickly. Oh yeah, suddenly enemies are going down pretty quickly. Again, this is more of a AOE kind of ability for the weapon. Secondary fire. Not really used for damage that much for high level play. It's more of just something, say if you see a group of enemies, you can just take them out, knock them down, and your teammates can come in and kill them. And so that's the reason why a lot of the corrosive and all that has on. It's not on there so that the it makes the airburst does more damage. Because the airburst isn't really that viable in high level play for doing damage. It's more of the buckshot that's viable when doing damage. So the reasoning for me putting all this damage on is not really because the airburst. It's again, as I mentioned before, it's only realistic use in play is in gameplay and high level play is for knocking down enemies. Damage is kind of useful, but when I was mentioning before as config being my crit build, how buckshot doesn't do buckshot. I mean the airburst does barely any damage and is only real use for knocking down. That really wasn't that much of a negative towards it because realistically you're not using the airburst to do damage. It's kind of just a little add-on. It's kind of useful. You're really using it just to knock down enemies. In lower level play, it is kind of useful because you can just take up big groups of enemies, and that's one use for like lower level play. But in high level play, it's not really useful. The damage is there's no point for the damage really, and it's just really used for knocking down enemies. And yeah, it's only real use. And yeah, I'm just gonna say quickly. I was gonna say at the beginning of the build, but I realized that no one really wants to listen to that. And I'm just gonna say sorry for for me not posting for a while. Or no, they made videos last week. I usually post on the weekends, and last week I posted like one video on the weekend. I apologize for that. I usually post three. But I apologize for that. I'll try and post more this weekend, but I am pretty busy, so I might not post that much. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. And yeah, thank you for watching this. If you did watch it, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike, please. Tell me why in the comments why you dislike me, why you dislike this video specifically. And because yeah, if I'm going to improve, I'm going to need criticism. I have to know what I'm doing wrong to actually fix that. So please give me criticism and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But thank you for watching the video. Thank you for spending your time of your day watching me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm just gonna head now. See ya.